Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Starting out the week, doing some side dressing today. It's actually like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I don't know, something. 6:30, 5:30, I don't know. Something like that. We started out feeding cows this morning. The mixer wagon tractor that's out at the other farm, I was feeding with it, and one of the hydraulics started leaking oil everywhere. So we brought that back to the farm. I had took that apart. Should have got the parts in this afternoon to get that going. So hopefully Dad got that back together. I'm not for sure though. So that's what I was kind of working on here this morning. Had to do a little bit of office work, getting some stuff ready for the guys to come start scouting the seed beans. Had to get some maps and some coordinates for them to get to the right fields here this week. These are seed beans here behind me in this field, but they're not, but probably a V1 soybean, so they're not very big. But some of the earlier ones that we planted of the other variety, we got 2 varieties this year that we're planting. So the other ones, they're getting started flowering most likely. So they're gonna come scout those and check them out. So I was trying to get that all ready. So finally got down here this evening, trying to get some of the nitrogen on back here. We're up here at the big barn right now loading up, but I'm back there in the back field. So trying to get a little bit of this done, hoping for some rain here on Thursday. Just so I'm not really pushing on trying to get this nitrogen on until we see if we're really gonna get any rain here, or if we're not even gonna have a crop at all. Because if we don't get some rain here soon, we're not gonna have a crop at all. So it looks like there's a pretty good chance here coming up though. So I'm gonna try to get a good bit of nitrogen on here on today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So we'll keep working on it here. I'm kind of bouncing through this field back here. I got to do a couple different things. Okay, we're in the field now, and there's a deer eating the corn. You see it? Right there. So like I said, we're doing a few different things in this field. This is where we put on our sludge product over the winter, and we've got some spots that need some special attention, and we've got the rest of the field that just needs a little bit more nitrogen on top of what it already has. So there's a couple strips down through here that didn't get any, so it doesn't have any fertilizer on it. So we're getting our nitrogen on with this load. I've got a full rate of nitrogen in, so I'm going through and patching up in rows and stuff where we need it. But what I was doing earlier out here in the middle of the field is not even a half of a rate of nitrogen. We pulled some samples here this spring, well actually a couple weeks ago, and figured out kind of what we needed to put down. So that's what we're doing. So we're also putting down a little bit of sulfur in the mix, about 3 gallons of sulfur, and then half a gallon of boron and a half a gallon of zinc, and a little bit of leftover 1034O that we had laying around from planting. So putting on a little bit of everything, but anyways, I've got a little bit of a strip up there towards the front I gotta get, and then I gotta go right across those trees, that ditch there, and go to the backfield. All right, it's about 9:30, and we're still rolling. We're getting pretty close to being done. We've probably got about 15 acres left to do. We ran out of our other blend that was put on a little bit less nitrogen. So this corn looks absolutely amazing back here. So I'm putting on our regular blend here with the regular amount of nitrogen in it. So we're gonna see what a little bit of extra nitrogen will do on this corn. I don't know, but it looks good enough. I'm willing to try. So I gotta get around this thing. Well, apparently we need bigger rock boxes, because wow, look at that rock. Like covers the entire rock box. And I barely got it in there, but I've got both rock boxes full today. So we're doing pretty good. All right, we just finished up. It's about 10:15, and we're gonna get folded up. We're gonna go put this in the shed, This corn looks really good, so hoping we can get some rain on it here in the next couple days, and it's really gonna take off. I mean, it's got plenty of nitrogen now. It's got, I mean, basically anything it needs. So, oh, that's gonna be a little bit of a problem. The one coulter, I think, has slid over, and it's not wanting to go in very good. There we go, we got it. That's gonna be a tomorrow fix. I had one, I think this one right here, one of the bolts like came loose, and I guess it'd been like that for a while, and it ended up locking up the hub because it got caught. You know, one of the bolts that holds it. So I'm gonna have to fix that tomorrow too. So I guess we'll start again tomorrow. All right, it's Tuesday. Right? Yeah. Came down here and side dressed a little bit this morning, and now I'm just finished up with the load that I was gonna do, and got the semi trailer empty and whatever. So I'm gonna go back and bale hay here now this afternoon. But I was just down here. I was gonna check on a few of these fields. All right, checking on this bean field here. These are seed beans, and we worked this up to get it planted, dried out, and it looks pretty good. So don't know what we got for a growth stage here, but I'm gonna check. Looks like we've got a gap here for some reason, but these all look really good. So not seeing too much weed pressure. We haven't even sprayed these yet. We've got some grass and stuff coming through, but not much. I think we're gonna keep waiting on these for a little bit until we get some more of these weeds popping up. There's some volunteer corn. We don't want that. But I think we're gonna wait a little bit for some of these weeds to come up before we spray. That way we can kill them, and then we'll put down a little bit of residual as well whenever we spray. So we got a couple fields across the road over there, and they look about the same as these. Some of those were no-tilled because they were a little bit drier, but they all seem to look pretty good. Just drove back here to another field. This is a cornfield here, some hillier ground. Doesn't look quite as good, but it's just trying to jump over the cover crop. It needs a rain pretty bad just to get started here. It hasn't really had much rain on it since it got planted, so it all looks pretty good. It's mostly there. Some of the hilltops are not the greatest stand, but it's been so dry that you're just not going to get a great stand on the hills. So, but we definitely need a rain here. Those fields we were just at, I mean, they're not hurting yet. They're pretty, they lay pretty wet, so they can handle some dry weather without hurting too bad. But we definitely need a good rain over here on these farms. So, but everything's there, so it should, once we get a rain, it should hop right up past that cover crop and be on its way. All right, we're out here baling some hay now. So we've got the 6150 and the 560R. Papaw is just over the hill with the 7930 and the 560M. And my cousin Haley is over there in the rake somewhere. I was just helping her get the minrows off. I'm outside trying to take some pictures of my bales and send to the baler technician because I'm having trouble getting my bales round. As you can see, they're kind of like oblong, like looking oval looking things, and some of them are worse than others. Like, it's hard to tell on the camera, but they look really bad, and some of them won't even hardly roll out of the back of the baler. So I've tried a few things, but we're gonna see what we can come up with, see if make it a little bit better. All right, we're baling here. I've got 44 bales in this field, so we are on full automation right now. So this thing is doing its thing other than me steering, because I have to keep the bale even on each side. So that's what those two big bars are, is what the bale looks like. So this right side's a little bit lower than the left, but we just have to kind of keep that even. So that's basically the only thing I have to do, is steer. and this thing is doing the rest of it. So I'll show you here in a minute. We almost got a bale here, getting pretty close. See where we're going to have an issue here with this one, so we'll have to fix that here in a minute, because we're going to be going down the hill, so we're not going to be able to dump. Alright, yeah, we're getting close. We'll see if we can make it down the hill without having to dump, but just in case, we're going to hit the pause button and make sure it doesn't dump the bale. Because if we dump the bale going down the hill, it's going to roll back into the baler, and then we're going to have a real mess. So it may not fill up here, I don't know. It might end up being okay here. Alright, we'll go over the other side. We can turn this off because we're going to be going up the hill, so it shouldn't matter. Got a couple of sinkholes here to go around. Alright, we've almost got a bale right now, so, but I don't have to do anything, it's just going to stop itself here, so I'm not going to hit the brakes, not going to hit anything, hands off. I wish the bale was a little bit bigger than that, but it's okay. I have it set down to 67 inches because usually whenever you're heading through the windrow, it takes it a second to stop, so it ends up getting up about 70. So, oh, it just dumped it. I didn't touch it or anything, although for some reason the kicker bar did not go. Of course, the one time I try to show you, something happens weird. Okay, well, that last bale, we were on too much of a hill, and the bale dropped before the kicker could kick it out, so the kicker ended up behind the bale. I just had to pull up and get out of the way. But anyways, we're gonna try this again. But of course, I think we're going to be heading down a hill. This is the problem. Sometimes it doesn't work because of where we're at. It might work here. We'll see. Yeah, that should kick it back. We're on a little bit of a downhill. I didn't do anything. I didn't stop. Nothing. It's wrapping. And it's going to dump here in a minute. I'm not touching nothing. There it goes. Hopefully this dumps and rolls back. Oh yeah, we're good. I can just see it barely through the belts. Okay, it's gonna drop the gate back down, and it's gonna request that I kick it into neutral and put it back into forward, and we're on the way again. So you do have to either hold the brake after it stops, or you have to pull it down into neutral and reset it. I guess that's just kind of a thing to make sure that you're still awake. I don't know. Anyways, it works pretty good. So, like I said, some places you can't use it, like on a really steep hill, you kind of got to back to the side, or if you're going downhill, you can't do it. But that's what this little button here is for. So you check that, and then it doesn't dump. It just stops the tractor for you, and then allows you to back up or pull around or whatever you need to do. So there's the other baler over there. He's coming up the hill right there. There he is. We can knock out some windrows whenever we got two balers. That is for sure. Alright, we just got finished up. I've got a 40-inch bale in here, so I'm just going to take it down to the barn and we'll unload it there. He's cleaning out the hay that kind of gets built up there on the accumulator on that one. So we're going to go ahead and head back. That's all the hay we've got down for today. Hey, it's Wednesday, and I haven't really filmed all day, but I've just been sitting here in the side dress bar, putting some nitrogen down, so haven't got as much down as I would like to, but I had to run back and forth to the barn to finish up that field that I started in yesterday. So I got that done. I'm over here in another field. This is a field where I had to come in and plant twice because I got rained out the first time after I got the inrows on, and and it looks like it's going to happen again. So we've got some big black clouds moving in here, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty mean storm system. So hopefully we get some measurable rainfall out of it. But it looks like there's going to be some winds, so hopefully we don't get too much of that, because we don't need wind. So I'm trying to get on as much as I can here. I've got about 400 gallon left in this tank. So I have about 800 gallon left over there in the trailer. My goal today was get the trailer empty, but didn't quite get there, so it's okay. Can't complain about getting rained out right now, because it's super dry. So the barn is not going in the greatest, but it's kind of, making a slit, getting it in a little bit. So hopefully this rain will be able to wash it right in the ground here. There's these huge clouds, but I haven't seen a raindrop yet. As you can see here, it's looking pretty dark, but I haven't seen any raindrops yet. So we'll see what comes of it. It looks like there was some red on the radar, and I don't know, it looks like a pretty strong line that was moving across here. So I'm down south right now of the main, down south of the main farm right now. So it looks like it was probably raining up there, but I haven't talked to Cody yet to see if it actually is. He was spreading some urea today, so he was spreading dry nitrogen down, which needs a rain to get it activated and into the soil. So that's why we usually try to spread that just before we get a rain. That way it gets right into the soil and doesn't have any time to volatilize while it's sitting on top of the soil. So that's kind of the same deal here with this. I'm kind of getting it in here before it rains so we can get it washed down into the root zone where the corn can actually use it. So I'm gonna keep going here until it starts raining, and then we'll head back over to the barn. We're just a couple mile away, so not too far. Looks like we're maybe running over a little bit here. We're kind of tight on this end row here. We got some point rows coming into it, so it's starting to pick up the wind now. Maybe I should go back. I don't know. I pulled my truck inside, so at least it's in, but I don't know. We'll just keep going until it starts raining. Okay, well, we're still going. Oh my gosh, it's so dark that it wants to turn the flash on. There we go. I think I've just got enough to go down to this other end, and then that's gonna be it. Looks like it's raining down there, so that's a good thing. It almost looks like the rain's probably gonna kind of miss down here, but hopefully we get some down here, because we need everything we can get. So Dad sprayed this a while back and got this stuff killed down. It's finally dying, but it's just been so dry, it's taken it forever. So looks like it may. Yeah, it's raining pretty good down there, you can see. But I mean, we've only got a couple drops here on the hood. Oh, now it's starting to come. There we go. Cool. All right, here we go. Finally raining. The best way to get nitrogen in the ground is a little bit of rain. So my applicator is getting a wash, which is good because it needed it. And we're washing some dirt off the tractor. But we're gonna get this put in the barn. Okay, it's Saturday. I haven't really showed much this week because it's been raining the past couple of days, which is great. We've gotten about 3 inches of rain total, which was much needed. So we got that, and everything's kind of drying out. I think we were cutting a little bit of hay today. I was washing on my planter a little bit. I've got all the heavy stuff off of it. Just need to pull the boxes off, the meters off, and wash a little bit more, and then get the foamer and spray it. So that's kind of hard for me to show you guys. So it does look a lot cleaner. So, and then we also got to wash the tractor too. So I think I'm gonna start on that next week though. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this week's video. We had a little bit of a slow week there. It rained like 3 or 4 days, which was much needed rain. We ended up with about 3 inches at the main farm. I don't think we got that much down here at the south farm, so but it was definitely enough to help and kind of relieve everything for a while. But we're definitely gonna need some more rain down here, which looks like it's gonna happen the beginning of the week, next week. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below, and we'll see you next week.